We have this need to create others, so that I don't know why actually, but yeah, something that's interesting to me is so I have quite a few friends in the LGBTQ community, and I've definitely had a few conversations with people who are gay or lesbian, um, saying things about people who are bi, and like, oh, like they're just confused, and like eventually they'll uh pick an identity, like whether they're lesbian or gay. And it's like, it's hard for me to understand that, because I'm like, I know for a fact that you've been through some pretty crappy shit, like coming out, and like all you want is for people to like confirm your identity as being gay. So why? So I'm always just like, try to respond with like, if you want people to like understand who you are and like accept that, like why would you try and do the same thing that others are trying to do to you, to bi people? And then I've also like experienced this with like people who are religious as well. Like, one of my Catholic friends was saying something about like how, oh, like, yeah, Catholicism is good, but like Islamic people are crazy for believing like X, Y, and Z about God. And it's like, why is if you believe in religion, you want people to validate like your religion and like see it as being like true, or like just accepting that it's a possibility, like why put down someone else's religion? I don't know. I find it interesting that like people that belong or like identify to certain groups are like quick to dismiss other people who are part of very similar groups, I guess. Come at your own beliefs with the same energy that you like go at other people's, if you're gonna do that. We have this need to create others, so that I don't know why actually, but I don't know if it's human nature or society. But like, yeah, we feel the need to like have this separation, and like you're different from me and we're other, but like when we really look at it, like we're all so much more similar, like especially like looking at religion.
No, I have not, because I don't like to think that especially if like that person is there, I don't want to assume anything about their identity. You know? So I've never stepped in for somebody else's identity, because I think that's very individualistic. Like an identity is your individual trait, and however you choose to identify may be changing. So I don't know what they are thinking. So I never felt like it was my piece.
Like the concept of like white fragility and the guilt and like all of those things that I'm like trying to process, because like we've all are like not all unfortunately, but many like luckily are like now going through the process of being like, okay, well now part of my identity is being identified as a person that can be intimidated. It can be intimidating because of the way that I look, because other people that look like me do terrible things, and that's something that I have to like hold myself responsible to. But like I think a lot of other people, their struggles, because they were not struggles that like other people have, and they were like forced on them. So like the struggles of like having a sexual orientation that's differing from what is considered normal, like that's a frustrating struggle, and I don't think a lot of other people necessarily find that to be. I think it's turning into something to be beautiful. I think coming out is turning into like this beautiful like ceremony, and I think a lot of other people are now finding other people to like empathize with them as they're like this coming out, because just like I to like this realization that you were different from the normal, wrong word, I'll find the right one eventually, identity, and
That's
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like there's no norm. Like, why is like normal a thing? But it's And it's not even common. Like, common's not right either. Because almost like when you attack somebody's way of identifying people, you attack their identity.
Exactly.
Because that is the way that they like exist in this world. They exist as something that needs, as an entity, which is a person. Their person is their entity that needs to still identify things in order to determine how to react. Where I think the evolution is rooted in these and many people are moving away from that, moving away from this animal, moving into humanity, moving into this ability to see that all possibilities exist at once, like that there's more than one right answer, and everything that we could know, like we should still question it. We should always question ourselves, and we should second guess. Where like when we were animals. No, because that was life or death.
Yeah,
like, it was really important for you to just make a fucking decision and stick by that for the rest of your existence, and you pass that on. So it makes sense. Like, it makes, like, if you want to understand why those things exist, is because they had to.
Thank you for watching Zen Guys Soul Scholars. If you haven't already, please view our intro video to learn more about the intention of our channel. Also, please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss more interviews and debriefs to come. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook to see our weekly self-reflective questions and the topics of new interviews to come. If you would like to become a Soul Scholar and partake in an interview, email us at zengeistofficial@gmail.com.